Hey everybody, Red October. Today is Monday. I'm just sitting on my patio swing, as you can see, and grilling in the back. Just some fajitas and some potatoes wrapped up in corn, and just had me a Bud Light. So I'm feeling a little relaxed. It's not too bad out here. Feels good. It's not hot. I got a big fan blowing back there. But I wanted to talk about just something I've been thinking about. I'm always thinking, and something that's always intrigued me is people that rise from the bottom to the top. Whether it's in real life, movies, in the business world, I'm always fascinated, or I guess interested. Not for my own sake, because I want to be rich. It always fascinates me how people rise to the top, and then through carelessness or greed, they fall. They lose it all. And this is not judging anybody. I think there just comes a point that you reach the top, or you reach as best as you're going to get, as Pop's Quest said. And I'm going to use you here in a little bit, Pop's Quest, so don't be mad. You're the best example I can use. But I think that there does come a time when you reach the best that you are going to get. You're not going to get any better, and you have to learn to recognize that and appreciate that and say, hey, I'm not going to get any better than this. This is the best that I am going to be. And recognize that. But it always interests me how people are successful at whatever it is they do, right? And you always think to yourself, man, how is that possible? I mean, and I love to hear the stories where people talk about their journey, and they're like, yeah, I was struggling, and I cashed in on my chips, and I was working out of my garage, and I came across by chance this person that knew someone else and so forth, right? It's like, and for example, Pop's Quest, he's part of the ammo mafia, and he's always coming across some good deals, and they're really awesome deals. But he's fortunate, and he's in the right position where he knows the right people to get those good deals, because he's made those contacts. And this is, again, not picking on you, Pops. I'm just using you for example. But you always look at that thinking, man, how did he make that score? How did he get those iPhones for nothing? Because he knows the right people. He knows someone that knows someone else that knows someone else. And they're kind of just sharing within their group, because, that's their system, right? Nothing wrong with that. But what I find intriguing is that when you come across someone that has made it successful, right? They made it big, they're on it, and I sit there and thinking, man, how did they do that? How's that possible, And again, it goes back to just knowing the right people, being in the right position, making contacts, a little luck, and there's always something behind the scenes that you don't know, or that's not revealed. And not that it's any of our business, right? That we know, well, how'd you do it? I want to know. But when things come to light or come to pass, you realize that those people that made it to the top, or kind of are in a position, you start to realize like how they got there, right? How they did it. And you're like, oh, that's how you did it. Oh, okay. That's how you did it. And I find it intriguing that, nothing is as it seems. Nothing is just, hey, this guy got lucky and he busted his ass. I think that plays a big factor in things, but things happen for a reason. There are things that go on behind the scenes that are not always revealed or shared, because maybe the person that's in that position doesn't feel like it's none of your business, right? So I've always been intrigued, and I always watch people that move up in the ranks in life, whether it be personal or business, or just on TV or movies, or just real life. And I'm thinking, man, how they get there? But then when you start to see the dots connect, and like, oh, they know so and so, and that person knows so and so, and they're friends with so and so. You start to make the connection, and you're thinking, all right, so it's not just luck of the draw, or like they just got lucky, or they're just a hard worker. Hard worker is definitely a big factor. Knowing the right people, making the right plays, scratching the right person's back. People usually do something for something. They don't do it just to do it. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of nice people out there. Pops, appreciate the mag loader you sent me and the t-shirt, and I'm very grateful. But generally, business-wise, people do something for something. They never just do it just to say, hey, you know what, I'm just start doing this for whatever reason. It's for tax write-offs. It's for to make an investment and hopefully getting a return on that. Anyway, 6 minutes going on. I gotta see my grill, watch the food, and I will holler at you guys later. All right, Red out.